They dumped paint on her dress, laughed in her face, told her she'd never belong. What they didn't know was that she'd been training in silence for years. And tonight, she wasn't the same girl they mocked. She was the storm they never saw coming. By the time the music stopped, the whole school, the whole country knew her name. Now they call her Ruthless Boxer. You don't belong here. That was the first thing she heard when she stepped out of the bathroom stall, her long black gown dragging softly on the floor like silk secrets. A hush fell over the other girls, all frozen by their own reflections in the high school gym's makeshift prom mirror lounge. And then the giggle, not the kind that warms a heart, the kind that slices it. The ringleader, Amber Wills, blonde, rich, legacy queen of Westvale High, leaned against the vanity table with her silver heels kicked up like she owned the air itself. Didn't think we allowed charity cases at prom. I guess affirmative action reached the dance floor. A few of the girls laughed, hesitant, eyes flickering between each other and the tall, brown-skinned girl silently checking her lip gloss. Maya didn't flinch. Her hands didn't tremble, but her eyes, those deep, solemn things, flickered. Just once to Amber's reflection before gliding back to her own. I paid for my own ticket, she said, voice steady. Worked 3 jobs for this dress. You, Amber blinked, thrown off for a split second before recovering with a sneer. Oh, you're sassy, cute. Is that how you talk to your customers at the gas station? Or was it the boxing gym? I forget which ghetto business you work at. Now they were laughing full force. Maya kept her eyes forward. It's a martial arts gym, she said softly, and then just a hint of fire, but you're welcome to swing by sometime. Amber stepped forward. Is that a threat? No. Maya finally turned to face her. That was mercy. There it was. A flicker of warning, like a silent alarm inside the heart. But Amber, like most people drunk on attention and money, didn't know how to hear it. She tossed her hair over her shoulder, then suddenly snatched Maya's clutch from the counter. Let's see what kind of trash you carry in here. Maya moved forward, not fast, but calm, and reached for it. Amber jerked it away, laughing. Then she opened the bag. Inside, a worn photograph of a little boy with a gap-toothed smile. A handmade bracelet. A folded note that said, "You're almost there, champ. Love, Mum." Amber held it up like a trophy. Or, is this your little crackhead brother? Or some jailhouse pen pal? Maya's jaw tightened. One girl in the back murmured, "Amber, maybe that's shut up, Carly." Amber flipped the note. You know what? Let's make this a real prom to remember. And then she did it. She dropped the note, ... into the toilet. The bracelet followed. Laughter erupted behind Maya. Phones clicked on. A live stream started. And still, Maya didn't move. Not yet. Amber leaned close, lips brushing Maya's ear. Go ahead, ghetto queen. Hit me. Show them what you people are really like. But Maya ... stepped back, looked her dead in the eyes, then walked out, and the room of cruel girls, who expected rage, saw something far worse. They saw restraint. They saw control. They saw fear. But not Maya's. Hers was gone. That fear was now in them. Maya sat outside the gym, by the trees behind the bleachers. The music thumped like heartbeats on the inside, but she didn't hear it. Her hand clutched the photo she'd fished from the toilet minutes ago, damp and curled at the edges. She didn't cry. She just stared at the little boy's smile, remembering. He'd died 2 years ago. Stray bullet in their apartment hallway. Maya had come home with a trophy that day, Her first underground match. All he'd ever wanted was to see her win something bigger. Now he wouldn't. A shadow moved. Coach Tasha, a former fighter herself, she'd taken Maya in like a second daughter. She didn't speak, just handed Maya a towel, a bottle of rubbing alcohol, and a tiny bracelet. You dive in after this. Maya nodded. You okay? Silence. Then Maya looked up, fire flickering again. I'm going back in. Coach raised an eyebrow. Maya, I'm not gonna fight. She stood, brushing off her dress. Not unless someone throws the first punch. Tasha looked at her. The girl in front of her wasn't just a fighter. She was a storm in velvet. Back. Inside, the crowd had moved toward the stage for the prom king and queen announcement. Amber stood near the front, dress shimmering like a mirror to her vanity. Her phone was still live streaming, and the winner is Amber Wills. Cheers erupted. Confetti rained, but as she climbed the steps, something shifted in the crowd. Phones turned. A murmur rippled like wind in tall grass. Maya had entered the room, hair still perfect, gown still glowing, but her face calm to calm. Amber tried to laugh, tried to turn it into a joke. Did the charity girl come to beg for a dance? Maya didn't blink, but someone else did. Principal Morgan. I saw the livestream, he said, quietly behind Amber. Want to explain the bullying, Amber? Amber froze. Then Maya stepped forward. I don't need an apology, she said into the mic someone handed her. Just a sparring match. In front of the whole school. Laughter again, but nervous now. Amber turned red. You're crazy, asterisk, but Maya smiled. Scared. The gym roared. Amber laughed, but it sounded different now. Tight around the edges, forced like a cracked mirror trying to stay whole. You want to fight me? She said, looking around, trying to fish for the crowd's approval like she always did. At prom, what are you, 12? Maya didn't smile. No, I'm tired of being quiet, of swallowing pain, of pretending. The crowd went still. Amber shook her head. This is pathetic. You're trying to get attention because no one asked you to dance. She stepped closer, towering in heels, waving a hand for the DJ to cut the music. Fine, you want to spar, let's do it. But we do it my way. Maya raised an eyebrow. Amber smirked. Slap contest. 1 round, you first. The gym gasped. Someone near the back whispered, Yo ... is she serious? Amber leaned forward, lifted her chin. Hit me, charity case, right here. Maya looked at her, really looked at her. She wasn't seeing the Queen of Westvale high now. She was seeing a scared, petty girl drowning in attention and insecurities. No, Amber blinked. What? You're not worth it. The crowd stirred, a slow shift. Something tipping, but Maya stepped back and raised her voice so everyone could hear. Let me tell you what really happened in that bathroom, she said. She took a picture of my dead little brother and flushed it. She dropped the bracelet I made him and laughed while she did it. Then she live-streamed it. Phones lifted. Amber's fake smile dropped like a stone. Maya kept going. I haven't laid a hand on her. Not one I could have. And believe me, I wanted to, but I didn't, because I know what real strength looks like. Coach Tasha stepped through the gym doors now, standing by the bleachers. A quiet support, silent steel, and I'm done hiding who I am to keep people like her comfortable. Maya said, voice cracking just once, enough to make every listener lean in. Amber tried to speak. She's lying. She's just trying to, nope, said a voice from the crowd. It was Carly, one of Amber's own girls. She's not lying. I saw it, and I told you to stop. You didn't. Amber spun around. Carly shot you humiliated her. Carly snapped. And you humiliate us too. Every day, we're just too scared to say it. A second phone came up. Live, then a third, asterisk, then a dozen. Maya didn't have to fight now. Amber was losing something far more important than a slap match. She was losing the room, losing her power, but she wasn't done yet. Amber's rage boiled. You want to act like some victim, some hero. You think they'll believe you. You're just some angry street girl pretending to be something you're not. Maya stepped forward. This time, real close. I don't need to pretend, she whispered. You're about to see exactly who I am. And then she reached into her clutch and pulled out a flyer. Westvale Amateur Fight Night, featuring local women's boxing champion, Maya Kingver. It was the truth. She hadn't hidden it. They just hadn't cared enough to ask. I'm not street. I'm trained, Maya said. You just made the mistake of confusing quiet with weak. The gym broke into a mix of gasps and stunned silence. Students who never looked her way suddenly saw her in full color. Amber's face paled. You, lead. To everyone, no, Maya said. You did. You pretended you were powerful. But power isn't about hurting people smaller than you. It's about protecting the people they try to break. From the bleachers, Coach Tasha called out, Tell M what your little brother used to call you. Maya's throat tightened. Then she said it. Champ. She turned, walking away. And the crowd parted for her like they would for royalty, silent, eyes wide. Amber was left on stage alone, holding a fake tiara that suddenly looked so small. A voice from the crowd called out, Champ, say cheese. Click. Someone took a photo. This time, it wasn't Maya in shame. It was Amber, mascara, running. Mouth half open, crown in hand. A new post hit the school's social feed within seconds. Prom queen crowned. But school crowned a new legend. It was quiet now, too quiet. For prom night, Maya sat outside again, near the football field, her heels off, feet pressed into the cool grass. Her phone buzzed non-stop Instagram tags, DM requests, people reposting the clip of her standing up to Amber like it was a trailer for a new Marvel movie. But she didn't care about any of that. Her fingers ran over the picture of her brother. The edges were still cold from the water, but his smile hadn't faded. He was wearing the little gloves she'd given him when he told her he wanted to be just like her. I hope you saw that, Malik, she whispered behind her. The gym door creaked, footsteps, soft, slow. She turned, Gottlieb. Double quotes. Hey, Carly said, gently. Can I sit? Maya nodded for a moment. Neither of them spoke. The music inside had started again, but it felt distant, like a dream someone else was having. I should have said something sooner, Carly murmured. Back when Amber first started targeting you. You weren't even here 2 weeks, and she had it out for you. Maya's eyes stayed on the field. She didn't like that I didn't bow. No, Carly said. She didn't like that you weren't scared. Maya turned to her. Why'd you stand up tonight? Carly bit her lip. Because you reminded me who I used to be, before Amber. Before I let popularity make me soft. Maya nodded slowly. People are gonna come for you now, Carly said. Some will love you for tonight, some will hate you, especially Amber's crowd. Maya smiled faintly. Good, let M Carly studied her. You really boxed underground? Maya nodded. Started at 13. I stopped counting wins after 50. Carly blinked. Jesus. I wasn't allowed to lose, Maya said. I was fighting for grocery money, for rent, for hospital bills, for Mollick's meds. Carly's face changed, and then she asked what no one had dared. How did he die? Maya looked away. Her voice dropped to almost nothing. I went to a match. He stayed home. There was a fight outside our apartment. Gang stuff. Wrong place, wrong time. She swallowed. I was holding a gold trophy while they zipped up the body bag. Carly reached out, hesitated, then touched her hand gently. I'm sorry, Maya, blinked fast. He used to call me the champ, but I didn't feel like one that day. I don't think I ever really have. You did tonight. They sat in silence for a long moment. Then something shifted. Voices, angry, loud, from the gym entrance. Amber burst through the doors like a storm in high heels. Phone in hand, mascara smudged, and rage twisting every feature on her face. This isn't over, she shouted, pointing straight at Maya. You humiliated me in front of the whole school. You think you can just walk away? Maya stood slowly, calmly. Carly moved to stand in front of her, but Maya placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. I got this. Amber stormed forward, her voice growing shriller. I talked to my dad's lawyer. I can sue you for defamation. I'll tell them you attacked me backstage. You'll lose your gym job. You'll be nothing again. Maya didn't blink. Instead, she tilted her head, voice low. Amber, you really want to play this game? You don't scare me, no. Maya's voice dropped to a whisper. Then why is your hand shaking? Amber looked down. Her fingers, clutched around her phone, were trembling. Maya stepped forward. You think I wanted tonight to go down like this? I came here to dance, to breathe, to forget for one night I had to bury my baby brother with money I made punching men twice my size. You think your words can touch me? Amber opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Maya leaned closer. You're not a queen. You're a scared little girl hiding behind a tiara. Amber's jaw clenched. Her arm twitched. For a second, just 1 second, it looked like she might slap her, and Maya's eyes lit up, inviting it, daring her, but Amber lowered her hand, defeated tears spilled down her face. Asterisk, you ruined everything, she whispered. No, Maya said softly. You did. Amber turned and ran. The gym doors slammed shut behind her like a final chapter. Carly let out a breath. You were ready to let her hit you? Maya nodded, and then it wouldn't be my story anymore. It would be hers. Carly blinked, realizing, you're smarter than all of us. No, Maya said, picking up her heels. Just done losing. The rain hit Westvale like a sucker punch, fast, cold, and uninvited. Maya walked home with her shoes in one hand, her dress clinging to her legs like it didn't want to let go of the night. Coach Tasha had offered her a ride. She said no. She needed to walk, needed to feel her own breath, her own weight, her own silence. She passed the alley near the strip mall where she'd once watched 2 grown men bleed each other out over a bad bet. Past the corner bodega where she'd bought Malik his favorite peach candies every Friday after training. Past the boxing gym, lights off, but the bag still swinging faintly from the draft under the cracked windows. Home was a small 1-bedroom tucked behind the hardware store. She unlocked the rusted gate, stepped over the broken tile on the porch, and opened the door. It smelled like lavender and cheap takeout. Maya tossed her dress on the couch, grabbed an oversized hoodie from the hook, and stood in front of the fridge. For a full minute without opening it. Then her phone buzzed. Unknown number, she answered without thinking. Hello. Silence. Then a voice. Male.rough. You made a lot of noise tonight, little girl. Maya stiffened. Who is this? Doesn't matter. What matters is you embarrass the wrong family. She didn't speak. The voice continued. You think just because you won a couple fights and got a little viral moment, you're untouchable. A pause. Then, Amber's dad is connected. You know what that means. Maya's voice was steady now, cold. I know exactly what that means. It means people like you use money and fear to control weak people. Another pause. You're making a mistake. No, Maya said. I already made one. I waited too long to speak up. She hung up, blocked the number, and stared at the wall. Amber wasn't the problem anymore. This was bigger. The next day, Westvale buzzed like it had swallowed a battery. Screens lit up with Maya's name. TikToks with Champ speaks truth overlays. YouTube shorts breaking down her speech like it was a press conference. Local news even ran a segment on her boxing history and the bathroom incident without naming Amber, but everyone knew. Maya walked the halls in sweats, hood up. People whispered. A few came up for selfies. Most just watched her with the wide-eyed silence reserved for lions in the wild. Carly caught up with her by her locker. You okay? No. Carly nodded. That call shook you. Maya didn't answer, but she didn't need to. Coach Tasha waited outside after school, arms crossed, eyes scanning the parking lot like she was looking for ghosts. Get in, she said. Maya didn't argue. They drove in silence for a while. Then Tasha spoke. I saw your face when you got that call. I've seen that look before. Maya stared out the window. He said Amber's dad is connected. He is. Real estate money, political ties, old money, arrogant type, thinks Westvale belongs to him. Maya exhaled slowly. You ever had a fight you weren't sure you could win? Tasha smiled bitterly. Every fight worth having. They pulled into the gym. Inside, it smelled like sweat, menthol, and memory. Maya wrapped her hands in tape, pulled her braids into a knot, and stepped into the ring. Tasha stood outside the ropes. What are you fighting tonight? Maya didn't blink. My fear. Tasha threw a mitt. Maya struck it with a snap. Again, jab, jab, hook, good, again. They trained hard, brutal, beautiful, like poetry in sweat. Tasha didn't say it, but she saw it. Maya was preparing for something more than a match. She was preparing for war. Asterisk that night. Maya sat on her floor, eating microwave noodles, when she heard something. A car slowed in front of her place. Then another. She didn't move, didn't breathe. Footsteps outside, whispers, then ... silence. She crept to the window, to black SUVs parked. Waiting, watching, she backed away, phone to her ear. Tasha answered on the second ring. They're here. The headlights from the SUVs cast long, low shadows across her apartment walls. Maya knelt behind the kitchen counter, one hand on her phone, the other tightening into a fist. Tasha's voice came through the speaker, calm, measured. Don't move. I'm on my way. What if they come in? They won't. Not yet. They're testing you, watching your reaction. Stay low. Keep your phone on. Don't answer the door. The call ended. Maya's breath fogged in her throat. Then, knock, knock, slow, Deliberate. Maya crept to the door, crouched, peered through the peephole. A man in a grey suit, white, mid-40s, clean-cut, calm, almost bored expression. A Bluetooth earpiece glinting in his ear like a trigger warning. He knocked again. "Miss King." Maya didn't respond. The man leaned in. "I represent Mr. Wills, Amber's father. I'd like a moment of your time. No need for hostility. I'm just here to talk." A second man appeared beside him, taller, darker suit, no smile. Maya's jaw clenched. Talk. That's what they always called it when they came to silence you. A conversation, a deal, a check to keep your mouth shut and your head down. She didn't open the door. The first man slipped a card under the threshold. "If you don't call, we'll consider that an escalation. Your coach has a business license. It would be a shame if the city found ... violations." Her stomach twisted. They were coming for Tasha now. The footsteps receded. A door shut. The SUVs pulled away. Maya didn't move for a long time. When she finally picked up the card, it read, "Wills and Graves Mediation Services. Let's make this go away." On the back, handwritten, $50,000. Silence. Tonight only. The gym was locked when she arrived. Tasha met her outside, still in her sweatshirt and slides, hair wrapped. No makeup, just raw exhaustion and something darker, readiness. "I saw them," she said, before Maya even spoke. "Two SUVs, same ones that showed up when I testified in a corruption case 10 years ago. You think they're dangerous? I think they're the type that wears gloves to shake hands." Tasha looked at her. "You okay?" Maya handed her the card. Tasha read it. Didn't blink. 50 grand to shut up. Maya nodded. "They think I can be bought." "You can't," Tasha said. "But they're not trying to buy you, Maya. They're trying to scare you into silence. The money's just the bait." Maya looked at her, fire low in her voice. "What if I take it, ... then expose them anyway?" Tasha shook her head. "You don't play crooked with crooks. You play clean. Or you play underground. Then let's go underground." "No." Maya turned. "Why not?" "Because your brother didn't die for you to throw your life away." That stopped her cold. "You want justice," Tasha said. "Then do it the right way. We go public, hard, big. You make it so loud they can't shut it down without showing their hand. They'll come after you. They already did." Tasha smiled faintly. "I've been hit harder." By morning, the story was on every platform. MayaWentLive.com/centered, unapologetic. She told the full story. Not just about Amber, but about the men who came to her door. The card, the threat, the hush money. She named the firm, showed the card, dared them to deny it. Then she finished with this: "You came to my house like cowards. You tried to buy my silence, but I've spent my whole life fighting with nothing but my hands. So go ahead, send more cards, more threats, more cars with tinted windows. I don't scare easy. I'm not leaving, and I'm not shutting up. I'm the champ, and now the whole world's watching." Within 20 minutes, the clip had over 500,000 views. Then it hit 1 million later that afternoon. Principal Morgan called her into the office. He looked uncomfortable, like he'd aged 10 years in a week. "Maya, ... you understand the pressure the school's under?" She folded her arms. "Are you threatening me too?" "No," he said quickly. "I'm telling you what's coming. Mr. Wills is on the board of trustees. He's already called. What'd he want? For us to expel you? For threatening his daughter? Maya laughed. Once, cold, hollow. Morgan leaned forward. I said no. I told him the truth. That the school stands behind your right to speak out. She blinked. Why? He hesitated. Then, because 10 years ago, I was Carly. Her breath caught. I stayed quiet when a girl like you was driven out. It's haunted me ever since. This time, I'm not staying quiet. The invitation arrived on school letterhead, but everyone knew who really sent it. Westvale Spring Charity Showcase, Special Exhibition, Fight Guest of Honor. Maya King proceeds to benefit Youth Mental Wellness Foundation, sponsored by the Wills Family Foundation. A cover, a stunt, a trap wrapped in ribbon. Maya read it once, then again, then again. Tasha paced to Jim with her arms folded. They want you in front of cameras, Maya. They're hoping you swing, hoping you slip, hoping you do what they've painted you to be. Violent, angry, unstable. I don't scare easy, Maya said. No, but they'll use your pride, your grief. They'll send someone in there who'll press every button. Maya stared at the flyer, then folded it in half. Then I won't give them what they want. I'll give them what they need. The night of the charity match came fast. News vans lined the parking lot like vultures, waiting for a carcass. The gym was packed with people who'd never donated to a youth foundation in their lives. Phones were out, cameras live streaming, reporters already whispering scripts under their breath. Amber was in the front row, fresh tan, new lips, fake tears. She gave an interview 5 minutes before the event started. Maya and I have had our differences, but I support youth strength and expression. I just hope tonight goes smoothly and ... peacefully. Maya stood behind the curtain, wrapping her hands. With white tape, she wasn't wearing her old gear. She wore Mollick's hoodie. Asterisk, it was too big. Sleeves fraying, a stain on the collar that never came out. It still smelled like him. Tasha stood beside her, dead calm. You ready? Maya nodded, but her eyes weren't on the ring. They were on the man, climbing into it. Tall, muscular, mid-30s, tattoos up both arms. Definitely not a student. Not even close. Maya narrowed her eyes. That's not a student. No, Tasha said quietly. That's Jace Leary, former light heavyweight. Got suspended from amateur circuits after multiple violations. They're putting a pro in the ring with a high school girl. Tasha met her gaze. And they're hoping you hit back hard enough for them to call it assault. The announcer's voice boomed through the speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, in this special charity exhibition, we have a hometown hero, Maya King, versus guest fighter, Jace Leary. The crowd applauded. Jace smirked from his corner, cracking his neck like he was about to clean up easy money. Maya climbed into the ring, slow, smooth. When the bell rang, Jace stepped forward, fists up. Maya did and single quotes. She kept her gloves lowered, hands relaxed, eyes focused. He swung once, slow. A jab meant to test her reaction. She didn't flinch. He smirked, danced back. You don't want to hit me, baby girl. Maya tilted her head. You think this is a fight? He stepped in faster now. A jab dash hook. Maya dodged all three. Didn't swing once. The crowd buzzed. She's scared. She's showboating. She's waiting. Maya circled him like smoke. Asterisk, you throw punches like you're trying to hide something, she said. Jace scowled. You better hit back, sweetheart, or you're gonna get hurt. No, Maya said, eyes locked. You are. Jace came in. Hard, a right cross meant to knock her clean. But she slipped it, stepped inside, and whispered in his ear, "Malik says hi." Then she ducked, spun, and dropped him with a liver shot so fast the crowd didn't register until his knees hit canvas. He gasped, collapsed. The ref froze. Jace clutched his side, trying to breathe. Maya stood over him, calm, gloves still raised now, but only just. Tasha stood and clapped once, then twice. The crowd erupted. Amber's face fell. Reporters flooded forward. Maya turned to the cameras. That was for every girl who's ever been told to shut up, calm down, sit back, take it, smile, be grateful. That was for my brother, and if you're watching this, Mr. Wills, you sent a pro to knock me down. I turned him into a headline. You don't own this town, and you damn sure don't own me. The video hit 5 million views overnight. The slow minution of Jace Leary dropping to his knees had already been remixed into memes, soundtracked with everything from gospel choirs to anime intros. Twitter flooded with hashtags. Hashtag Maya the Champ, #Amber exposed, #Will's family cover-up, but Maya didn't care about the numbers. She cared about the knock at her door at 6:42 a.m. This time, it wasn't tinted cars or veiled threats. It was a woman in a tan, coat hair in a tight bun, badge hanging loose at her neck. "Miss King," Maya blinked. "Yes, my name is Detective Janice Morales. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Jace Leary." Maya's breath slowed. Tasha stood behind her. "We have a lawyer." "I'm not here to arrest her," the detective said. "I'm here because that man had no business being in a ring with a minor, especially not under a false contract." "What?" Asterisk. The detective opened her notebook. Turns out the charity match paperwork was doctored, signatures forged. Your consent wasn't real. It was faked by the Wills Foundation. We believe Mr. Leary was paid off the books. And we believe it was an orchestrated assault under the guise of a public event." Maya stared. "They tried to kill me, detective." Morales met her eyes. "Or silence you. Either way, they failed." That afternoon, Amber didn't show up to school. Rumors swirled that her father had been questioned, that the foundation office had been raided, that several board members were quietly resigning, that Principal Morgan had refused to shred certain documents and was now being considered for promotion by the district. Carly slipped into the seat beside Maya in fourth period, her voice low. "They're falling apart." Maya didn't smile, just sat back, arms folded. "They thought that ring would break you," Carly said. "Instead, you gave them a press conference with footwork. Don't speak too soon." "Why?" Maya leaned in. "They're not done yet." By evening, it was confirmed the Wills Foundation was under investigation. A civil suit had been filed by another former student, a Latina girl from 5 years back who'd quietly dropped out after Amber's bullying drove her to a breakdown. More were coming forward, and yet Amber still hadn't spoken, still hadn't posted, still hadn't apologized until now. A private message appeared in Maya's inbox. No fanfare, no blue check, no PR language, just text. "Amber, I didn't know about the fighter. I didn't know they'd actually go that far. I just wanted to scare you, not kill you. I messed up. You can't forgive me. I get that, but my life is over now too. I hope that helps. It probably doesn't. But I'm sorry." Maya stared at it for a long time, then clicked the screen. Off, she didn't reply. Some things didn't need closure. Some wounds didn't want to heal for the sake of narrative symmetry. Some pain was supposed to change you. Later that night, Tasha unlocked the gym. No one else was there, just Maya in her corner. Heavy bag swaying, gloves on, sweat dripping. Tasha leaned on the ropes. "You've got interviews lined up all week," Ellen called. "Nike wants to talk. There's a GoFundMe in your name with 30 grand in it." Maya struck the bag. Left, right. Breathe. Let them talk. You don't care. Maya didn't answer right away. Then, "I care about getting girls like me in that ring. For real, protected, safe, seen." Tasha smiled. "That's what Malik would have wanted," Maya said softly. "Yeah," Tasha said, "but this next part, that's what you want." Maya stepped forward, touched the bag, and whispered, "I want to build something they can't tear down." The morning talk shows couldn't get enough of her. Maya King, from prom rejection to internet icon. Teen box applause, Bullies dad in viral showdown. High schooler uncovers foundation fraud with her fists. The headlines felt surreal. She hadn't even gotten her prom dress refunded yet. Everywhere she looked, someone wanted a piece of her. A TikTok influencer DM'd for a collab. A network pitched a docuseries. One producer even floated the idea of a movie. "You'd play yourself, obviously," he said. "You've got that real hero vibe." Maya laughed it off. "I'm not a hero, I'm just tired." But not everyone was celebrating. Coach McGuire sat across from her in his tiny office, voice tight. "They want you to join the Junior Olympic qualifiers," he said. 2-year contract, all expenses paid. Coaching, travel, media, and the catch. It's through the Wills Foundation's new sister.org. Different name, same money. Maya's jaw clenched. "So they rebranded?" He nodded. "Same. Donors, same board. Amber's out, but her uncle's still pulling strings." She stared at the paper on his desk. Her name already typed on the invitation. "They think a gold medal will make the public forget," she said. "They're betting on your silence, Maya, again." She stood and walked out. At home, her inbox was exploding again. But one message stopped her cold. It was a video file. No sender ID, no subject line. She hesitated, then pressed play. The screen flickered to grainy security footage. Timestamp, 2 weeks before prom. A hallway, Amber, her father, Jace Leary, and the principal, all of them in a closed-door meeting. The audio was muffled, but clear enough. "Make sure the contract's under her name. We'll handle any fallout. She's just a kid. She's a loud one. Loud ones need reminders." And then, laughter. Amber's voice. "She won't be a problem after this." Maya's hands trembled. They knew, they planned it. And now they wanted her to smile for cameras and pretend it never happened. Later that night, she met Carly and Tasha. At the diner, the same place where she was once too scared to speak up. "I have to go public," she said, showing them the footage. Tasha whistled low. "This isn't just bullying. This is criminal conspiracy. They'll try to stop you," Carly warned. "They'll say it's fake, that it's deep-faked, or AI, or whatever." "Let them," Tasha nodded. "So what's the plan?" Maya looked up. Her eyes weren't trembling anymore. "I don't want to be their puppet," she said. "And I'm not just a boxer." Carly leaned in. "Then what are you?" Maya smiled, slow, defiant. "I'm the storm they didn't see coming." At sunrise, Maya stood outside the school gates, not in a HOODIE, not with her fists clenched, but in a black blazer, hair braided, shoulders squared, asterisk behind her. Students, dozens, then hundreds, some with signs, some with shirts that said "Believe Black Girls." Some just came to stand beside her. Maya held up her phone and live streamed. I was told to stay quiet. I was told to move on. But silence doesn't protect anyone. So here's what really happened. She uploaded the footage, live, unfiltered, and the world watched the truth unravel, not in a ring, not in a viral punch, but in a calm, clear voice that refused to be ignored. The school went into chaos within 24 hours. Classes were cancelled. The principal was placed on indefinite leave. Jace Leary's father, formerly untouchable, resigned from the town council and vanished from public view. Amber's name was suddenly scrubbed from every scholarship board and alumni page. But Maya knew better. This wasn't victory. It was repositioning at the next school board meeting. The gym was packed. Reporters, parents, teachers, angry students with their phones out. Recording everything, Maya stood on stage. The chairwoman adjusted the mic. "Ms. King, you may speak for 3 minutes." "I'll take one," Maya said. "I don't need long to tell the truth." She turned to the crowd. "The people who let this happen, they're still here, still smiling, still pretending they didn't know. But we saw the footage. We heard their voices. The only reason anything's changing is because you watched." Silence, then applauded. It started slow. A few students, then more, until the entire room was clapping. Even a few board members, but Maya didn't smile, because in the third row she saw Amber, wearing white, watching her still and unafraid, afterward. Maya waited outside. Amber approached. Alone, no cameras, no crowd, just cold air and unfinished history. "You leaked it," Maya said. Amber blinked. "Excuse me, the footage. You had access. Your dad didn't even know how to export video." Amber said nothing, but the silence said everything. "I wanted you humiliated," Amber finally whispered, "not turned into a martyr." Maya didn't flinch. Asterisk. "And now that I've won, what do you want?" Amber looked up. "I want my family back." Maya's chest tightened. "You think I owe you something?" "No. I think they fear you now. But fear doesn't last. Eventually, they'll come for you." Amber turned to leave, paused, then said, softly, "Be careful who you trust, Maya. Even the ones clapping." That night, Maya lay awake, staring at the ceiling. There was no adrenaline left, no punches to throw, just that echo in her head. Even the ones clapping. She got up, walked to her desk, pulled out the scholarship offer again. The foundation's new name looked slick, clean and innocent, but a new name didn't change what it was built on. She tore the letter in half, then again and again, until nothing was left. The next morning, she returned to the boxing gym. It was empty, except for Coach Maguire. He didn't ask questions, just handed her gloves. "You're late," he said. She smiled. "Let's work." And as her fists hit the bag faster, sharper, more focused than ever, Maya finally felt something different. Not revenge, not glory, just clarity. But the storm wasn't over. It was just changing form, and deep down, Maya knew someone was still watching, and they weren't finished with her. Maya's video didn't just go viral. It exploded. Cable news anchors debated it. Podcasters dissected it. Instagram edits with slow-motion punches and dramatic music pulled in millions of views. The words "Ruthless Boxer" turned into a movement, worn proudly on shirts, hoodies, backpacks. But Maya wasn't smiling. She knew what came next. Fame invited attention, and attention invited revenge. It started with her gym being vandalized, glass shattered, windows boarded up. Then came the anonymous threats. Letters slipped into her locker, a dead sparrow nailed to her door, slurs carved into her school desk that no janitor ever seemed to notice until she did. But the worst cut wasn't from a stranger, it was from Kelsey, her only friend. Maya saw the text by accident, on a phone left unlocked during lunch. "I only helped her because it made me look good. Don't worry, I'm not really with her." The sender was Amber. Maya backed away from the table. Kelsey noticed. "Hey, wait, Maya, I can explain." Maya's voice cracked. "You lied to my face." "I didn't, okay, yes. But only because, look, I didn't know it'd go this far. Amber said you chose her." Kelsey stood there, exposed. "I just didn't want to be." The next target. Maya didn't respond, didn't scream, didn't cry. She just walked out. 2 weeks passed. A local reporter showed up at the gym asking for an interview. "You're a symbol now," the woman said. "The girl who fought back." Maya nodded. "You want a quote? Something raw, something real." Maya looked into the camera. "You're all late." The clip went viral again. But this time, the backlash came faster. Right-wing media outlets called her aggressive. School board members denied knowing anything. Amber cried on camera, claiming she was bullied now. And Kelsey, she gave an interview to played the victim. "She scared me," she whispered. "That punch, it wasn't normal." Maya watched it alone. Her hands shook. But she didn't cry. She picked up her gloves. Prom came around again. Same school. New decorations. Same lies. She didn't want to go, but something inside her said this ends where it started. She walked in, wearing black dot. Not a dress, a fitted suit, tailored, commanding dot. All eyes turned. The music stopped. Maya walked to the center of the floor and stood still. Just stood. Someone whispered, "What's she doing?" Then the projector flickered, and a new video played. Not of her, but of Amber clips, from hidden hallway cameras. Whispers of planning. The laughter before the paint bucket. The slurs no one was supposed to hear, and then came the real twist. Audio recordings of the school board. Jokes about Maya, about boxing being for animals, about letting those kinds fight it out. The crowd gasped. Gasps turned to shouts. Phones went up. And Maya, she said nothing, just walked out. The fallout was nuclear. Board resignations, civil, lawsuits, even federal investigators. Amber's scholarship was revoked, and leaked emails showed her family had bribed multiple universities. Kelsey's internship offer disappeared. The gym got a flood of donations. Over $100,000 in a week, and Maya, she received a private letter. No seal, no return address. Inside, it read, "Not all champions wear gold. Some wear scars. Keep swinging." At the bottom, an old photo of Muhammad Ali, fists raised. She smiled. Months later, she stood in her first amateur boxing ring, lights blazing, crowd roaring. Her opponent, a state-ranked fighter, bigger, stronger, but not hungrier. The bell rang. Maya danced forward to quick jabs, then left. Hook, knockout, The crowd went wild, commentators stunned. She walked out of the ring not as a girl who'd been humiliated at prom, but as the woman who ended an empire with her fists. And behind her, thousands of other girls, black, quiet, bullied, underestimated, were lacing their gloves too.